Hello, how are you, Liz?
I am doing fine. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Nice to see you. I'm so excited to have you tonight for our
It's
interview.
good to see you.
And you're looking beautiful.
Thank you. Look at you. You too. You
Oh,
look lovely.
thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Without wasting time, I'm very excited. You're one of the people I wanted to interview because I personally know you and the difference you're making, especially in the Kenyan community here in the US. So that's the one reason I wanted to have you here, and also your journey from Kenya to America, your entrepreneurship and all that. So in a nutshell, tell us who you are, where you're coming from, your background, where you were born, went to school, and then we'll take it from there.
Thank you, Liz. I really, truly appreciate your introduction. Thank you for having me in your show. Again, my name is Serah Munyiri. I was born in Udaya, Nyeri, and went to school in a local primary school. And went for my high school, I went to Moikwita Girls. It's in Nanyuki.
All right, in Nanyuki. All right, so after high school, where did you go?
Well, after high school, I went to Nairobi to stay with my sister as I was preparing to come to the US.
Okay.
And, within 1 year, I had migrated and I had come here to pursue a degree
Oh, okay.
in education. Yes.
So you did not work in Nairobi, never went to college or work in Kenya at all?
I worked a little bit right after high school before I was to migrate. I was supporting one of my cousins. She has a hotel, and I was one of the secretaries there.
Okay, in Nairobi? Or in
Yes, in Nairobi.
Oh, in Nairobi.
Nairobi. Yes,
all right.
in Western.
Okay, so then from there, you relocate from Kenya to the US to go to college. Take a minute and talk to us about that. What was the experience, and how easy was it for you to settle down? Just in a nutshell.
Well, I migrated here. I came on January and met up with the people who were hosting me in Newark Airport. Okay. And, immediately I started school. I went to King University, where I graduated with a degree in economics and management.
Okay.
And after that, I settled. It wasn't easy, but, it's challenging anytime that you migrate to a new country, a young person, without a lot of money. But however, we made it work, and I'm here to give a testament that it is possible. You can easily connect with people here. It's very easy, and there's so many Kenyans. So you cannot compare life in the 90s to what it is today. So certainly it's way easier today than back then. It was a total challenge. And when I got here, I kind of used the computer for the first time when I got here. So life was very, very different. And it was certainly very different if you compare to a student who is coming today, because they have already used a smartphone, which is a computer in a way.
Yes, and back in the days, we used to call Kenya using a calling card. You buy like a $10 calling card and you only talk for like a few minutes and then it drops. And now you can talk to Kenya all night long with WhatsApp.
Not even that. In Kenya, you are calling your family to go to a booth or to a school.
Yes, they did not have phones. Yeah,
life was, something. And then you try to call, they are waiting, and you keep trying and trying, and it won't go through. So the following day you call and tell the school, send out someone to tell them to come again tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. We're just talking about the 90s. I mean, things have changed so much. Did you write letters back home? Because I did. Like, those were the days, dear so-and-so. We had email, but our parents and some of
they
didn't have that.
Yeah, so I wrote letters. I still hold on dear to letters that my dad sent me.
Wow.
He passed on a few years after he left. But within those years that he lived in Kenya, he died young. He wrote me a lot of letters, and I still hold those letters dearly.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. All right, so now you come over here. You're in America. You've gone to school. You're done with your degree. Of course, you get a job. And tell us a little bit about that.
It was challenging to get a job because even though you have a degree, sometimes the other things get on the way. The way the accent, the papers to work, the confidence to really be able to face a professional and just be able to sell your story. And sometimes even learning a resume was also a challenge. So it took me some time to really get a professional job, but eventually I got one, and I worked very hard. And from that time, things kept on coming back better and better and better. And so I did build a career in finance, and that's what I've been working, until we recently, found other ways to really make a living.
I want to tell them that I've known you for a long, long time. I think I met you in 2003. Was it 2002 or 2003?
It's 2003. Yes, I remember my son.
Yes, met you. So we've come a long way. We lived in the same town.
Yes.
And the best memory of you living in the same town with me was coming to your house at midnight. I think it was July 4th. And then I brought a bunch of my Americans friends, and they could not believe that there was a goat there. Was it a goat? What was it that you guys had there?
Oh my goodness, I remember that day like yesterday. Yes. Yeah, I don't know where you had come from, but it was a whole bunch of you.
We had come from the fireworks. We had come from the fireworks.
Right.
I don't know what. And I had talked to you, and you're like, you guys come over, there's nyama choma. And I remember when we got to your house, it was literally midnight. And I
remember, there was a lot of nyama choma and a lot of guests.
Yeah.
And, I just naturally love hosting people. I love people, and I love cooking. So that is never a job for me.
I must tell these people, but that in your house, there's always food, and not just food. If I need farmer's choice, I don't know where these girls get these things, okay? If I need farmer's choice sausages, I go to Sarah's house, I get farmer's. And now she moved, she lived in the next town. So she lives like, would you say 15 minutes from where I live? Is that about 15 minutes drive?
It's about 50. I just moved a town over.
Yeah, she moved a town over. So it's a 15 minutes drive. So I go to Sarah's house, there's farmer's choice. Anytime you go there, I go to Sarah's house, there's nyama choma.
No, I love when you come with your lovely daughter, and we just hang out, and we eat. Food is great.
And uji. And uji. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, you guys, this girl will ferment porridge for me. She put it in a bottle, and oh my God, thank you so much. That's what friends do. Anyway, let me get carried away by your generosity, but I appreciate your friendship and all that. In your house is everything I need from Kenya. So that's a story for another day. So
that's true.
Now you are a professional. When I met you, you are a career woman working in corporate America. Now, at some point, you became an entrepreneur, a businesswoman. What made you decide to become an entrepreneur? Why and how? I
realized that no matter what I do, no matter what job I get, the money will never be enough. A paycheck, a paycheck is a paycheck. You get what you get. But when you get into the world of business, you cut your own paycheck.
That's true.
And you can increase it every month, depending on what you're doing and, how much work you're putting in. And that is the bare reason why I decided, let me go start a business and do what I love doing, support my people in the communities where I live, and make a better living.
So did you start your business as part-time still while working your full-time job, or are you one of those risk takers that says, you know what, adios corporate America, I'm stepping out in faith and I'm starting this business here? We know that with business, you can't start at the top. You always start at the bottom and you nurture it, and it's just like a baby. It's literally like raising a child. So did you start working it on part-time basis, or boom, you just went full-time?
No, I co-own the business with two other ladies. Mm-hmm. And me and the two ladies, we've been friends forever. Mm-hmm. And so the idea came after I was speaking to one of my partners. Mm-hmm. And it actually came because of the need that we saw in the community. Mm-hmm. Prior to me starting the business, mm-hmm. I had been a community leader for a long time. Mm-hmm. Doing things to the community, for the community, without getting paid.
And are you talking about the Kenyan community? You're talking about the Kenyan
community, yes. In the diaspora.
Okay.
And so I figured, we needed to do something so that we can be more supportive mm-hmm. To the community. Mm-hmm. And so when I was speaking to Teresa, one of my partners, mm-hmm. She had recommended a certain podcast mm-hmm. for me to listen to. Mm-hmm. And now I was reporting how the podcast went. Mm-hmm. And the podcast was from a Jewish rabbi mm-hmm. who talked about what they do in the Jewish community mm-hmm. to be able to support themselves and help themselves grow.
Okay.
And so I told her, I like the way Jewish do. They support each other mm-hmm. and they help their community. And that's why they're able to contain money within themselves. Mm-hmm. And immediately I told her, you know what? Mm-hmm. That is something that we can do for our Kenyan community.
Wow.
We can start a directory mm-hmm. and have every person who has a business register their business there mm-hmm. for free. Mm-hmm. And anybody who wants to be marketed, mm-hmm. we can market them for a fee so that we can maintain the directory. So the business itself did not start like a big idea.
Yeah.
It started as a way of supporting our community and making little money to be able to maintain it. Mm-hmm. And so we started business working full-time mm-hmm. And doing other things that we're still doing in our lives to be able to support ourselves.
And you want to tell them the business? The name of your business?
Yes. The business, our business is called Jambo List. Mm-hmm. And like I explained there, we list businesses that are owned by minorities here in the US and Canada and Mexico. Mm-hmm. And we also list businesses that are in Kenya that are interested in venturing the market of the diaspora. And we do market those businesses to the US people mm-hmm. so that we can increase the market share for all our paid customers. Mm-hmm. So you do not have to pay to list your business. Mm-hmm. You just need to add your business in the directory. And if you go to our website, mm-hmm. www.jambolist.com, mm-hmm. you can be able to create an account and add your business. Mm-hmm. And after which, everybody in the US and Canada, everyone in the world can be able to access the website and see you. Okay. Now, if you need more visibility, mm-hmm. talk to me.
All
and
right.
Then we'll give you that.
So then they can have a premium, some type of a premium account for more
right.
business visibility.
Yes.
So that's very impressive because you guys started not too long ago. How was it easy? And I know every business has challenges. I'm not going to make it look like it's a walk to the park. But all I remember is you guys doing the first seminar conference, I guess. It was virtual due to COVID-19 in 2021. Was it 2022?
Yes. Oh, 2022, yes.
2022. And mm-hmm. I must say, other than the American conferences that I've attended, I have never attended a huge Kenyan community conference like the one you guys, you had everybody here. you had the ambassador, you had, I don't know, the consulate, you had people from Kenya, the banks. It was huge. And people from all over the US were in that meeting. And the way you guys organized, it was absolutely impressive. Talk to us about that, because I'm sure there are people who like to do something maybe similar, not necessarily the business, but to be able to even host this meeting that was virtual. I've never seen anything like that, to be honest. I was very, 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 very impressed by what you guys were able to pull together, and especially the idea that we were able to break into classes. And that was the most impressive, all done virtually, and break into classes and still be able to bring everybody back, just like you do in a regular physical meeting where you tell people, go to your classes and let's meet here at this particular time. Talk to us about that, because I'm very, very proud of what you guys are doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, it takes a lot. It takes a courage to even start a business. Mm-hmm. And I just truly thank my partners, because it is a collective knowledge and experience that we were able to bring together to be able to support that exercise. Like you said, it was huge. It went beyond our expectations.
Yeah.
I know we had marketed, we had reached out, but the execution of it was just marvelous. But prior to this, you know, remember, we are community leaders.
Yes.
And community organizers.
Mm-hmm.
I have, you know, in the past, I do have another organization that I have that I support kids, support youth and young adult with mentorship, with support with life in general, everything. And so we had utilized some of the technology that we were able to apply with Jambo List.
Okay.
And second, being community leaders, we had great network. The network that we have built over the years. And so we leveraged on that, and we were blessed to really have a lot of people supporting us, including you, Liz. And we can't thank you enough, because you have always been there for us as well.
Oh,
and so it is a collective effort for a lot of people, and it is through them that we were able to raise the bar very high for ourselves.
Yeah, you did.
And for anybody else who has who tries to do something. By the way, it is there's no any other company that do what we do. You know, we do it to really help our community and to solve a problem that is there within our communities.
Yeah.
And we love it. We are always happy doing it.
So, and I agree with what you said. It's very, very impressive what you guys are able to do, the three of you. It's just marvelous. But how easy was it to get, okay, let's talk about the guest speakers, because you guys had some heavy duty guest speakers. The ambassador. I mean, like, even though we are in diaspora, like, okay, let's talk about here in America. It's not always easy to get the ambassador to come to your event just because you're Kenyan. Imagine how many Kenyan events takes place in America, a lot. So we don't see him, maybe a few here and there. But for you guys to be able to reach the ambassador and other high government ranking officials in DC, in New York, and even back in Kenya, would you say that was possible because of what you and Teresa have been doing for the community for many, many, many years for free without even being paid?
That's it. I mean, we've hosted so many free events. We've been very, very supportive of the consulate.
Consulate in New York?
The consulate in New York and also in DC.
Okay.
Anytime that there's events going on, anytime that there's new things going on, we are the first one to call them and support them and try to see what can we be able to do to support what they're trying to do. Because we do understand they are appointed by the government to come and serve the people.
Yes.
But the work that they're doing may not meet everybody's expectation.
Yes.
However, they're doing what they're able to, they have been sent to do, and based on the resources they have.
Mm-hmm.
It is many times that we usually have a candid conversation
mm-hmm.
to understand why are you not doing this and you should be doing this.
Yeah.
But if you are sent to work
mm-hmm.
and you are given the resources
mm-hmm.
and the exposure and everything that you need to do, there isn't anything you can do.
Yeah.
I'm very, very appreciative of the ambassador, the current ambassador, and even the past ambassadors that have been there, because I've seen them listen to us, the community leaders, and support the work we are doing to try to bring Kenyans together and to support our communities. And I know that we will continue working together, because for us, we are just pushing them up. It is their work, and we just give them a little nudge. When we invite them to our events, they will, unless it is impossible for them to be able to come, they will always find a way to be able to support us, to be able to come out and be in our events, because they know us for a long time. We are community leaders.
Yes.
And even though there's an element of business, the big portion of our events is really to support the communities where we live. And our aim is to really try and integrate the Kenyan community with the Americans as much as we can. And that's why, I'm not sure whether we know, but we recently joined Chamber of Commerce in New Jersey.
Okay.
And we will be doing events together with the Chamber of Commerce so that we can continue to support our people and educate our communities. And you'll see a heavy presence of the Chamber of Commerce during our expo that is coming up. Maybe we'll get an opportunity to talk about that.
Yes, I'll have you talk about that. And that's so important. What you guys have done working with the embassy in DC and the consulate in New York. And I also see, okay, even though we don't have consulates in every state, but we do have, I think California, they have one. I think when they come here to work for us, because they're here to work for the Kenyan community here in the diaspora, and of course, the government to government relationship, whatever. But as far as the community, sometimes we complain, I called the embassy, they didn't answer the phone or whatever, or the consulate or whatever the case. But we also have to understand that all the staff that works there come here from Kenya, yeah? Most of them, I would say, they come from Kenya. So sometimes it may take time to learn what's going on with the community, where there are the Kenyans in the community. And you guys do a great job bringing people together, whether they are the consulate events like Jamhuri Day, when they do like those holiday celebrations that are celebrated in Kenya. So I think that is amazing. And that's why you guys, I believe it has been very easy to get these leaders to attend your events. So it's kind of like what goes around comes around, but in a good way this time, because what you guys are doing end up paying itself, because you do it free, not wanting to be paid, but it still pays in another way. So now that brings me now to the 2023 Expo, because 2023 was now virtual. We moved from the virtual one that was very successful last year to one that was physical. So you guys did a huge event last May, invited some companies from Kenya, a lot of people from here, and I believe you're also able to get the PS for land. Is it the PS?
Yes.
What's his title?
Yes, His Excellency Zachary Jello.
All right. And who else came? Did we have the Diaspora PS?
The Diaspora PS sent someone, but just to retrieve a little bit back, I wanted to just say that our first virtual event, our keynote speaker was His Excellency Ambassador Mayo, who is still the current ambassador for Kenya in the US, and several other dignitaries and guests. For 2023, that was now, I don't even know what to say. It was climax.
Yeah.
But I know that we are doing greater things.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a lot of people attend from out of state, a lot of people, Kenyan Americans who live in other states were able to attend.
Mm-hmm.
We had our keynote speaker was His Excellency Zachary Jero, the former Minister of Land, currently serving as the Minister of Water. So he had come here with an entourage. His PS, he had come with a team of about collectively between 8 and 10. So he brought the whole house.
From
the
Kenya.
Secretary of, yes, from Kenya. The Secretary of Housing was here, Mr. Zaid, and they were able to do a lot of teaching, a lot of information sessions. They were able to do questions and answers. They answered the question for diaspora. And because of the exposure that us here we got, we were able to start investing heavily in Kenya with confidence. Wow. Because the Secretary of State who came assured everyone that you are safe. And he was able to explain some of the newer things that they were doing in Kenya. Like they were able to explain a lot of things that really diaspora had questions on. And so it was a great event. We had sponsorship from DTB Bank.
DTB Bank, wow.
And yes, and from several other companies in Kenya. We had a lot of vendors who came from Kenya and all over United States. And it was a 3-day event.
Tell me about the 3 days, because I know the Friday there was a reception, and I also know within those 3 days there was Nyama Choma somewhere in the park. Talk about that. So the next thing they come, whoever miss can make it next year.
You cannot miss. This is an event that it's once a year and you cannot miss.
Yeah.
This year we'll have it on May 31st, that weekend. We moved it from the holiday.
That will be next year. Next
year.
Yes,
I'm sorry, next year.
2024.
Right, but let me talk about 2023 first because you asked. So the guests started streaming in before Friday. And on Friday, we started the event around 1 p.m. We wanted to give our guests and our vendors time to rest up because we knew how the weekend was going to be.
Yeah.
So on Friday afternoon, we had them put the booths up, and I can't even tell you how many people came in because they wanted to get the deals. Because on Fridays, usually there's a lot of deals.
Yes.
So you come early, you get some deals. And then on the same day, we had the opening ceremony, which was graced by the Deputy Ambassador from the New York Consulate. Okay. And the same day, we had several other dignitaries that came. We had dignitaries from the embassy in Washington, D.C., and of course, we had our guests, many of our guests from Kenya. We had all the support staff, they were there. And, it was such a great evening. So Friday, we did private dinners because, we wanted to know our guests better. So after the expo and after the opening ceremony, we were able to go sit down for a cup of tea with our vendors who had traveled far. And then we had to bring them back to the hotel to rest up because, with jet lags and with the fact that we knew Saturday was going to be a whole day, we wanted them to be fully rested. Okay. Saturday morning, that's when the CS flew in. So I had to go meet the CS. I usually see these things in the news. On the TV. Yes. Yeah. But I was the one to go and meet the CS and shake his head, give him some flowers with some little kids over there. Yeah. Take some fast photos. and, just make sure that he's well situated where he was staying, and he has some breakfast and rest up together with his staff.
Yeah.
So that happened on Saturday morning, and that was early in the morning because by 10 o'clock I was at the venue and together with my partners to make sure that by 11 o'clock, everyone was up and running. They had their booth ready, their materials ready. We had everything set.
Wow.
The music was going. We had a DJ. We had great team of volunteers and other paid staff that helped us. And so that's what happened on Saturday morning. 1 p.m., we started now the events that we learned throughout the day. So we had questions and answers. And if I tell you that we ran out of seats, because people had a lot of questions. The secretary, the housing secretary, and all the support staff, the PS was supposed to be there, all of them.
Yeah.
They sat there and they were really answering questions one after the other and sharing a lot of great information that diaspora needed.
Yeah.
And we continued with the expo until 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. When we had our panel. So our panel, we had several of professionals from here in the US. We also had quite a number of vendors who had requested to be given an opportunity to just be in the panel. We had the economic attaché from the embassy. He was in the panel. We had our own Teresa Jaloge. She was also in the panel.
I can't wait to interview her.
Yes, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. She was able to share a lot of insight and a lot of information about what we do.
Okay.
So it was wonderful. And our I don't know, there was this beautiful lady who was also the moderator for the event. And we are forever indebted for the support that we get from our communities. Our community really love us. They love us so much.
That's amazing.
So after the panel was done, we went back to vending, and we had a lot of people at this time, so many people coming in, going, and many were dressed up to kill because that evening we were going to have a reception.
Yes.
All our board of directors came out. I know, Liz, you're one of our board of directors. Our leader for the board, he's the one who welcomed our CS to speak to the crowd. We had more than 250 people who had reserved to come in for dinner. And we had a great time. CS was able to really share a lot of insights, a lot of information. He was able to connect so well with the diaspora that everyone by the end of the day felt very well settled.
That's good. That's amazing.
So, several of the vendors say they have sold out. They had sold out.
The event.
The lot that they bought. Yeah.
The event. That's amazing.
Our sponsor, our main sponsor, opened so many accounts, bank accounts, that they did not even know whether there was a need for another day.
Was that TD Bank?
TD Bank. No, DTB. DTB Bank.
Oh, wait, DTB, not TD Banks. Okay, DTB. Wow, that's amazing, Serah. So now, given that you guys have had these 2 years of successful event, the virtual one, which of course that was because of COVID, and then this one that you had this year, and I know because you're going to have them yearly, you are already planning for the one next May. So let's say somebody is watching this interview and they would like to participate in the next event, because I know there were some people who wanted to participate in this year's event, but it was too late for them. There's a process to go to the embassy, get the date for the interview, the visa, the whole 9 yards. So would you say companies that would like to participate in our next year's event, they need to reach out early in advance, or what's the process so that if they want to participate as vendors, as sponsors, they start the process early? Because the embassy in Kenya is just, you have to act way earlier than, oh, the event is in 2 or 3 months, I'm now going to try to get a visa, if you don't have a visa already.
Yeah, you know, this is a good time to really be asking those questions and to really actually be acting. We have already been marketing the expo for 2024.
Okay.
And we are light on it, and everything is ready.
Okay.
Our deadline to register and pay will be January 15. If you register after January 15, or if you don't pay up the fees by January 15, we are not going to put you in the group list.
Okay. The group list is what? Explain what a group list is.
So all the vendors who are interested to come and do the vending, we are going to vet them and make sure that their companies are legitimate and they have everything that they're saying they have. We are going to also work with the Ministry of Land to make sure that this information or whatever information they're sharing is true.
That is if they are land company.
If they are land company. If there are other companies, we are working with the ministry at which their business is aligned with.
Yeah.
Now, after you pass that test, you are required to pay the fee to be able to come. Once they register and pay, we want to apply for everyone to go to the embassy at the same time. What is a group list is.
So that's what is a group list, where they don't go individually to the embassy. It's a group thing because they are coming.
They don't go individually. They will go as a group.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So right now we are selling the packages.
Okay.
We are talking about what we will do.
Okay.
And if you want to learn more, or if you want to get in touch with one of our partners in Kenya, I can give you the number to call.
All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to provide them with the information,
okay,
how they can reach you or reach the partner in Kenya, your website. So we're going to make sure that we give them that information. We're also going to list the Jambo List website in the description box. Yes. So if you guys want to click, see what they're doing, and if you have a business, you can actually list the business on your own, the free page, yeah. And then if you need a premium account where your business get more exposure, then there's a way to contact Serah or the other partner. So we're going to make sure that you have all that information. Now, talking about that, we know how things back in Kenya sometimes can be, I don't know, because there were some companies that we invited this year to come, and I guess sometimes they get cold feet thinking, oh, maybe I'm going to lose my money. Do you want to talk about that? Because I know personally, when you gave me the opportunity, like, hey, Liz, who do you know you can bring? I invited a few people, and one company where they had said they were coming, it's like they got cold feet. I don't know what. So how do you put people at ease in Kenya to know that, hey, if I'm paying to go to the US, here we don't have that thing of like we are running away with your money, like, because the only reason somebody would not want like an opportunity where, hey, this company here, which is a registered company in the US, is the one that is inviting you to come to an event where even the CS and a lot of government officials in Kenya are coming. Hey, would you like to come and showcase your business or be one of the sponsors, whatever? At first, I was excited. And then it was like doubt sets in where somebody think, oh, maybe I'm being conned of my money and there's no US, I'm going, whatever. Can you tell them how easy it is to go to jail if you did something like that? Because to some degree, I don't fault them, because in Kenya, sometimes people question a lot of offers, a lot of things. Like, how do you put them at ease where they feel like this is a legit thing? We're talking about the ambassadors are involved. We are talking about the embassy, the consulate, the government back in Kenya. even you guys reached out to government officials here who know that you are a registered business over here. So just take a minute and try to put somebody who would like to come, but they feel uncomfortable because either of past experiences over in Kenya, not here, because here you don't scam people of money.
And I like that you asked this question, because many people are afraid, or they are not sure. And also there is also a lot of misleading information. We are a registered company here in the US, and we are also a registered company in Kenya. And our work is not to help you migrate to the US.
There you go.
If we detect at any chance that that's what you want to do, we cannot work with you no matter how much money you have. Business is to come, for you to come here temporarily. You sell your product or service, and then you go back. We don't give visas. The only thing we can do, we can give you the letters that you need to go to the embassy.
Yes.
And if you go to the embassy, it is up to the embassy to make a decision whether they will give you the papers, the visa, or not. In an event that you have paid us to come to the expo, you're not paying us so that we can help you get a visa. You are paying us so that you can attend the expo that we are putting together.
I want us to make that so clear, and I'm glad you brought that point, because there's a difference between you being told, hey, this company here will give you a letter to come here to this conference or expo, and the companies that have people pay to bring them abroad for whatever, God knows for what. So Serah was very clear that we are not talking about you migrating from Kenya to come live here. That's not what she's doing. When they give you the letter to come here, the company is responsible. So if they tell the US government, we have these 20 vendors who are business owners in Kenya, come over here, they have to come for business and then they have to leave. Okay, so and not necessarily after the 3 days, they can stay a week, 2 weeks, whatever, of course, if they have a visa. But she just wanted to make it clear that it's not a visa to come and stay.
That's exactly, it's very important, because last year we got some calls of people saying, you're bringing people to the US, can you bring my daughter? No, we are not bringing you to the US. Our job is to really connect businesses that are in Kenya with Kenyans who live here and are willing or interested in investing back home.
Okay.
We also connect businesses that are here with the resources and the market that we have in Africa. So we do it both ways.
Yes.
And that's what we do. That's our business, and that's what we do. I wanted to make it clear that if you are a business owner in Kenya and you would want to be a vendor at our event, we are still open, and we would want you to reach out to us and register.
Okay.
And pay. The pay has to be done by January 15th. In an event, if you go to the embassy and you do not get your visa, we will return all your money except $500. $500 goes to pay for the staff, the expenses, and all the time that we have spent preparing and marketing your business, because immediately when you confirm that you'll be coming, immediately we start marketing your business. We start marketing your business here, and some businesses have already confirmed that they have made sales through the marketing that we usually do prior to the event. Okay. And we make sure that we return it swiftly after. We don't wait. We give it back to you immediately. We do not want to get in any problem, confrontation with any business or with any government entity. We are clean business, and that's how we do our things. And thank you for that question, Liz.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's amazing. So if you're out there, you have a business, again, remember, you can just form a business in, what do you call that place in downtown Nairobi? River Road. You can go to River Road and have them design make papers for business, because this company will vet every business that will be given an invitation. either through whatever ministry, to make sure that it's a registered business, the government knows the business. So don't waste your money faking, because people might just fake some papers and say, hey, this is my business. So those will be vetted through the government to make sure they are registered, and also to make sure that whatever they say they have it, so you can come and sell to the people here in the diaspora, introduce your business.
Yes.
All right, so that's for next year. So all the details, we will give you the details on how to reach Serah. So you guys at Jambo List have a new baby. You want to talk about that?
We do. We do. And I love what we are doing, because our core value, our core principle is really to serve the people of the diaspora. And we do that by making sure that the products that we bring, the things that we do, are of high impact, of positive impact to the diaspora community. And so we recently decided that we would like to sell land and plot and properties to the diaspora that is owned by the diaspora, by Jambo List. And the reason we chose to do that is because we already have a company that is registered in Kenya. We have great network and working relationship with the Ministry of Land. We have a lot of people that we have worked with in the ministry, in the law, with the surveyors, because we were already warming up to when we were doing the investigation of the companies that we are bringing forward.
Yes.
So because we had everything lined up, we figured to make sure that we prevent any chance of anything happening to the diaspora, the best we can do is to buy land and sell it to our people. Because if we do that, then there will be nobody that people will need to go call. If you have any problem, you call me. I live here in the US.
Yeah.
You can take me to court.
Yes.
You can call my partner. Our CEO, Serah Munyiri, worked for the UN for the last 30 years.
Yes.
She is someone who is respected here in the diaspora, respected by many organizations that she has started here in the diaspora, respected in Kenya. She has a great heart. Many people who know Mary, they know.
I know Mary because when I worked in New York, I used to go to her office all the time. I used to meet her in the city. She was the nicest person, a woman of her own word, I would like to say, somebody that you can trust, somebody with integrity, and her being on the ground in Kenya, that's a big plus.
It's amazing. Mary does not sleep. She is working day and night. Daytime, she will go look at this land. If you want to buy a plot, she will drive there and show you on FaceTime, like we say, the technology is there. So she is everything to Jambo List, basically. She does all the work. She is working with the bank. She is working with the surveyors, and she is working with the diaspora. So if anyone here is interested, we are the people to call. Now you don't have to call anybody else. Call us, and we'll give you what you're looking for. We'll get a land that you're looking for. We are going to make sure that we bring a land that we know has a clean title, it has a clean background, it's somewhere that you actually can build, because a lot of diaspora people have bought land in places that they cannot build because we are far, and all these many land companies, most of them take advantage of us because we are not there.
Yes.
And they take advantage of us because they know that we have been hurt by our own families. So the first word that they say when they come to sell to you, they will say, we know what your family have done to you. That's why we are here. We are going to sell to you.
Yes.
And because, of course, you are being reminded of what maybe you have gone through, you fall into the trap. No more. We are going to sell land to the diaspora by diaspora.
That's amazing. That's amazing because we know you guys. You guys, you know, it's so funny. I was talking to somebody on Facebook, and was telling her, hey, why don't you come to New York for your birthday? And as we were talking, she said, yeah, it's been many years since I came to New Jersey, New York area. She said, but I used to come there a lot, like 10 years ago. I said, oh, to do what? She said, oh, I used to come and preach. I used to be with Mary Moturi. Do you know Mary Moturi? I'm like, oh my gosh, I know Mary. And she said, what about Teresa Njoroge? So you guys can't hide. I mean, this was somebody, she lived in Seattle. And she said she knows Njoroge, she knows Mary Moturi. She said, I used to come and
Kenya. You know Mary Moturi. Yeah, you really need to talk to Mary at some point, because Mary, she was among the people who started KCFA.
Yes.
So she been there since its formation.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Mary and I, we were also among the people who started KCCA. KCCA, it's Kenya Catholic Community in the US.
Mm-hmm.
That's about 12 years ago.
Okay.
So we are people who are squarely planted within the communities.
There's a question I want to ask you about an issue we just talked about, the land issue, and you guys, now you are in that industry. So if somebody buys land from Jambo List, would they make the payment here or in Kenya, or it's their choice?
It's their choice. You can make the payment here. Like I said, we are registered here and registered in Kenya. Okay. You can make the payment either way. Okay. Of course, being here, most of the time, we are also taking money from here to be able to invest. Mm-hmm. So if you pay here, it's good for us, mm-hmm. because then we are able to service our loans, mm-hmm. and we are able to continue bringing more and more good products to our people.
Okay. All right. So that's the part I wanted. So that's very, very exciting, you guys. Land sold to you. You as diaspora, by a diaspora who knows all the things that, you know, these ladies, they know what we deal with here. So if you try to not give me my title D, I'll be bringing you here to court, literally, driving over to your house. So that's exciting. That's exciting. That's very, very good. Congratulations. I think
Thank you.
That's a big leap. I'm sure you guys are going to do so well in it. Because I know how you guys work. I know all three of you, and the sky is the limit. The best is yet to come. So that is amazing. So Miss Serah, can you tell people how they can reach Jambo List if they're interested in Jambo List, either listing their businesses, attending the events next year, or even wanting to buy land or to find more information about your land selling business? And how do they reach Jambo List?
Well, the best place to start is to go to our website. Okay. Our website is www.jambolist.com. Okay. You can also send us an email. Mm-hmm. The email address is jambolist@gmail.com. Okay. Or info@jambolist.com. Okay. You can also call our office line in Kenya, okay. which is +254 790 847 741.
Say that again.
And if you
say the number again.
Okay, the number again is +254 790 847 741. Right. And if you are trying to get in touch with us here, the best way is to contact us on our Facebook. If you go on Facebook and you go to Jambo List, JAMBOLIST, you will be able to get in touch with us, and we can be able to get in touch with you right away.
So that's good. Thank you so much. I had fun talking to you. I look forward to having you again. Thank you for your time, for all the information that you shared. You guys will see more of Serah, and please reach out to her if you have any question about the things that she discussed tonight. All right, so you have a wonderful
Thank
night.
you. Thank you so much, Liz. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. And if you invite me again, I'll be here. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. Have a wonderful night, Serah.
All right. Good night.